Oh, hey, everyone. I'm back here in one of the dairy freezers. Get it? Cold open.
What's up, banana bunch? Bunch?
Welcome to the Jungle Gyms podcast. What's up, Banana Bunch? You know what time it is? It's time for another episode of the Jungle Gyms podcast, and you probably know that because you clicked on this and you're listening to it right now. Maybe you're in your car, maybe you're sitting at home. You know what you're probably doing is avoiding doing any work and letting me entertain you for the afternoon. And you know what? Thanks so much for doing that. This is a quick, easy part of the show where I can say things like, hey, leave me a really nice review. It doesn't actually have to be a nice review. I also entertain 1s, 2-star reviews, you name it. I just want reviews in general. It's great on Apple Podcasts as well as on Spotify because that's how podcasts and shows like this get to grow. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much. I think we're very visually... Come on through, everyone. We want it to look lived in. It's okay. People are going to stare at the jacket. You'll just be a body. And later you can like the post. It'll be perfect. Oh, you can absolutely shake my hand on camera. All right, hold on. Let's just say, what's your name?
Preston.
Preston, what are you doing here at Jungle Gyms today?
Walking around.
Cool. Are you here to get, I see you got some cake mix. Are you making me, oh, it's a brownie mix. Oh my gosh.
Brownies.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Preston, how did you know how much I like brownies?
Sure, we'll make you some.
All right, we'll see you next week on the show then, Preston. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It'll be on Jungle Gym's YouTube page tomorrow morning. So... And if you can, yeah, exactly. So check it out. This is Jungle Gyms Podcast. And we're available on Spotify, iTunes, all the places that you get your podcast. So this is how you get in there. So welcome. Yeah, it's so nice to meet you too. Sorry, I keep whiffing on the hands. Preston, right? Okay, I thought I had it right. Cool. Anyway, that was Jeff, everyone. But this week on the show, we got all kinds of fun stuff coming up for you. And you never know what's going to happen to Jungle Gyms. That's what I love about this place. See, it's a visual thing. That gag won't work that well in audio only. So you really should be tuning into YouTube. Let's blow this up. I'm trying to be a YouTube superstar. I've been actually trying for 20 years. Slowly but surely getting there. So anyway, this week, we've got some fun stuff. And you know what? I've got a great thing that you all can get involved with me on the show. You know, I'm always trying to engage the audience. I'm always trying to get you all to play along. And lately, we've been discussing the idea of doing unorthodox food pairings. So one of our segments today is about that. And I'm bringing on Hot Sauce Mike, who you may remember from the show, as well as my pal Chris V, which is why we're standing over here in ice cream, because today we're going to be tasting out a bunch of hot sauces with some ice cream. Pretty exciting. And later in the show, I'll be sitting down with Sommelier Michael B, and he's going to be walking through our Summer of Rosé, a bunch of our upcoming beer and wine events that are coming up here soon. I said that in an incredibly redundant fashion, but all kinds of fun stuff happening in the jungle. We're bringing back sake at Toomey, all kinds of good stuff. So on that, like I said, I'm hanging out here. I had to grab some really nice Grater's Madagascar vanilla bean ice cream to do this and pair it with some of the hottest hot sauces. You got a Naruto run through the scene, right? And on that, let's just toss it over to Hot Sauce Mike and Chris. We're going to the studio. Come on through, everybody. You're okay. All part of the show, folks. Welcome to Jungle Gyms. All right, on to the show. All right, everybody, we're back today here. I'm really excited. Hot Sauce Mike is back on the show today. And if you haven't, by the way, you should check out his YouTube channel, too. Let's just get that out of the way first.
Thank you.
Mike, you had a great idea, and we were talking about doing some unorthodox pairings. So we're like, oh, when you pitched this, I was like, we got to do this. So Mike's like, let's get some ice cream and some hot sauces. So, of course, I had to bring regular on the show, Chris, as well, from Dairy. So, yeah, here to sling with
Frozen
that.
in this particular
Frozen, excuse me.
instance.
Yes,
I am
I'm
the
sorry.
ice cream guy.
Yes, you are the
So
ice
it
cream
worked
man.
out.
You're the ice cream man. Stop him when he's passing by. Yeah, so what did you bring? You brought a different one this time, right? We went
oat.
Ooh, oat vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yeah, give him a little handout to the camera so they can see it. Yeah, it looks good, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Part of the journey, and we're just doing Grater's vanilla, right, Chris? Would you give him a quick hand? to the
Yeah,
camera?
Madagascar vanilla bean.
Ooh,
It's
I hear that's
quality
the
vanilla.
best place for vanilla beans is,
It is.
DreamWorks animated.
And it's not
films.
fake. They actually do source real ones, which is a big difference.
Yeah,
So-
no, I'm into that. That's actually really cool. Grater's is awesome.
Factoid.
And I'm loving both of these. So, all right, so we've got 3 different hot sauces we're testing. Mike, tell me what you brought with us
All
today.
right, so for our first one, we've got wrong one. Spice Enterprises Plumberry, which I'm pretty sure you're familiar with.
Oh, yeah, we tried that last time. It was
Yep,
great.
yep.
Yeah, I'm going to move your mic just a little bit. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Next one up. Here's the Hellfire, whichever.
Ooh.
What is it? Chocolate Cherry Hell.
Okay.
That one's got some heat with it. And then we've got the Reaper from Elijah's Extreme, which is pretty tasteful. It's got like blackberries, bourbon, and a few other
What's the
cherries.
pepper in that one?
And which one?
Is it Reaper?
Reaper.
Is that going to light us up?
Nah, we should be fine. Well, I should be fine. You guys,
I think I think you found last time I had decent tolerance. You'd be okay. Just minute amounts. Drown it in ice
What's the hottest
cream.
you had?
I also have some Alka-Seltzer in here just in case.
I don't think I've had a Carolina Reaper, but
Oh,
I
we're
think
about
I've
to bust
been
a cherry.
down. Yeah, I think I've had. I don't know, man.
We're bad at the spices. That's not our world.
But I
That's
like
why we
hot
brought
stuff.
experts.
But like, I'm more of just a habanero guy.
Oh yeah, habanero
That's
is delicious.
simple.
Though.
You like it basic.
Yeah, it's got a little smoky
But
flavor.
I'm
a little
here
sweet.
for the the new stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're down to try it. And we do carry all these in store, right?
Yes, sir, we do.
So are they arranged in order from like least to most hot? Like what should be for audience's sake?
This is the least
plumberry's
hottest
the-
one.
okay.
This is the hottest one. Here we go.
Okay. Perfect. No, that's no,
bada
cool.
boom.
Make it easy for them. Cool.
right.
Well, so then let's do. Let's go down the line, boys.
Want to start
right.
out hot or you want to start out mild?
Let's work. What do you think? You're the hot sauce expert. I feel like
Since you guys haven't tried it yet, we'll start you. First.
Mild to
So-
wild.
Well, I
Yeah,
think we want to keep tasting, so
Yeah.
we should go mild, mild to wild.
mild to
I don't
wild.
wanna just-
Kids, don't look that up on the internet.
You should have
Or
the,
we'll look that up on the internet.
the ketchup and mustard from Dumb and Dumber.
I literally have a thing of antacids at my desk just in case. We'll pretend like we didn't do it. So, the only non-store item today, right, is the hot sauce
brownie?
Mike special brownie.
Yeah, we got the old Angus store, the coconut one. Shout out to you guys, Steve and Michelle.
Hell yeah.
They bake these at their little shop. And
Oh,
it's
cool.
in Oregon.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Good deal. I'm excited about this. All right, so what do we think? Just like a bite of ice cream and a little blob of sauce? Is that pretty much the move?
Keep it simple.
Yeah, that's
I'm
awesome.
not trying to kill you guys.
I mean, if you were, that's cool. I'll steal a little bit. Pre-scooped, huh, Chris? This is, I always wanted to open a pre-scooped ice cream place. For real. And,
Yeah?
I don't know if I can tell it all on the show, but remind me afterwards for sure. But I thought it'd be fun if you could order it in, I wouldn't call them scoops, but you'd order
very
one at a
nice.
time or two at a time, and that'll probably put it together. It's funny. So hopefully someone's out
not-
there stealing my ideas.
It happens, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, we got a little
Grab
vanilla
your-
out.
Grab your piece, my man.
Oh, cool. All right, I
Grab
didn't
'em,
know we were
grab
doing that too. Sweet. Thank
Put
you.
your ice cream on it if you want. They're a little spicy, just a heads up. Just
The
not too extreme.
brownie is too?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, right. I didn't know
He's
that.
like, yes, more
I was
heat.
kind of wondering, like, what's going on with this brownie situation?
Oh, that's delicious though.
Isn't
It's got
it,
good
right?
heat, but it's
Put my ice cream on it. Put some hot sauce. Bada bing, bada
Ooh.
boom. There we go.
That's a great brownie.
it really is. It's got some heat on it for sure.
All right, you want to start out with Spice Enterprises?
Let's go it.
Plumberry?
Heat on the
Spice
back end.
Enterprises, Plumberry. Yeah, heat on the back end if you know what I mean, and if you don't, Google mild to wild.
There you go, sir.
Thank you, sir. Give another one. Plumberry Storm here. I love it. This was really good. I enjoyed this when we tried it on the last
Very
show.
flavorful. Not really much heat.
No, I love that. Come on. Here we go. You can go, Chris. Ooh, yeah, that brownie's definitely got some action.
It does. I'm like really looking forward to the cold ice cream.
Oh, that's great combined.
Right.
Oh, man.
Takes your taste buds on an adventure.
It really does. And you get that little bit of hot sauce taste at the top, and then almost instantly the creaminess of the vanilla, and then the plum, and that like plum berry
it
flavor.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
That's a
That's
good
an
flavor.
experience.
That is an experience. You might be onto something here, bud. No, that's good.
I'm glad you guys
That's a good
enjoyed.
flavor.
See, there we go.
Yeah, this is fun.
I spread the love, spread the heat with you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when we're done, me and Chris, you'll just see us in the corner pouring the leftover ice cream. In our
What's
mouth.
crazy?
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
What's crazy to me is this bottle does have a Carolina Reaper inside. That to me was pure flavor. It wasn't very hot. That brownie was hotter,
Yeah, the brownie was deceptively hot. Actually,
Yeah.
I like that about
but
it.
very flavorful on top.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, that was my first thought. I was like, "Oh, this is delicious." I'll pass this back over.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't think this through.
Yeah, it's all right.
Ooh, I'm eating the brownie last probably because that definitely got me going.
It did.
I can hang, but I want to make sure I get through the other tasting. All right, so what we got next, my friend?
All right. The next ones we got is Elijah's Extreme. Reaper Extreme. I'm sorry. It's got black cherries, cranberries, bourbon in it as well.
Ooh, that sounds good.
This one's another one that's very flavorful. I mean, you're going to notice the heat, but it's probably going to be more on the back end than anything.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the last one was great. Great flavor. You know, when I had the Tannenbaum's hot sauces in there, we did sort of a similar thing where he was like, you know, and theirs is very flavorful. You know, it has a little bit of spice, but it's,
Yeah,
you know,
more flavor than anything.
for sure. It's jelly with a hint of spice, and I like that about it. Right? It was fun. It was one I can bring to mild parties. But what I like so much about the hot sauce these days, you know, I'll give you another shot just in case. But I like so much about this is that it smells good too. I like that they're adding all these additional flavors. Yeah, give me some on there.
You gotta spread the love.
Here you go, my friend. All right, everybody. Smells good on the ice cream. Cheers.
Salud.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fun, too. And that burn is nice on the back end.
I don't think I got enough. I'm tasting too much ice cream. All right, I'll go back in.
Going in this one.
Yeah, it's got that like kind of like barbecue-y almost taste. And
Yeah,
now
a
I
lot
wanna
of
put
flavor from the cherries and the black cherries.
Yeah, and you said there was bourbon in there too, right? Ooh, that's good. Yeah. Now I want
Yeah.
now I want to do this with barbecue sauce.
Barbecue pairing. There you go.
I want to do a really gross ketchup episode
Oh, there.
because I'm not a ketchup guy, and I'm kind of like I'd like to ruin ketchup for the world. So
That's
maybe-
good. That's really good.
Yeah, that one was awesome too.
Why you guys like it?
Every time you bring something delicious, though, I'm not surprised by this. This is
You're not
why
just
you do
telling
what
me
you
it's
do.
awesome because.
No.
All right.
No, I'm allowed to say I don't like things. I got that memo. That was
You know
great.
what
Cool.
what you're actually creating here? I don't know if you guys know of it. I guess it would be an appetizer. The Jezebel. It's like a brick of cream cheese, and you would put like an apricot or like a plum jelly glaze over it.
Ooh.
That's a big thing. My mom makes one of those.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like what's going on here.
Yeah,
Like cold and refreshing.
You called it
delicious.
Jezebel. I love that. That's the
Yeah.
name for it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
Learn
sweet, a little
something new.
spicy.
Yeah.
That kind of lady. I'm gonna take another bite. I'll dive back in with that. What's the heat element in the brownie? Do you know offhand?
It's a 3. I don't know how the rankings are, but they've got 6 levels. We're only on the 3rd. The higher you get, the hotter it is.
That's a 3. That's an impressive 3 too. That was like,
It is.
It, like, it lets you know it's there.
yeah, for sure.
It doesn't ruin your experience.
knocking on the door. I'm like, oh, who's
It's
that?
really delicious, though.
That's the frustrating part for me as somebody who has good spice tolerance is that. Well, actually, it's very nice in this room today, so I wouldn't sweat through it. But I'm like, oh, that tastes delicious. I'd crush that.
Right.
And then be like, yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm just sweating more than normal.
Yeah.
That's good. Mike, you're killing it, man.
Yeah.
And
Nice
congrats on
job.
the success on the channel, too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hot sauce roulette, I'm here for it. Honestly, anytime you can put Megan in trauma, I'm here for it.
All right.
Awesome. All right,
You guys ready for the next one?
So the next one's the
I'm
hot,
ready.
hot one, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
next
Chris,
one is by Hellfire. It's their chocolate hell.
I'm really looking forward to this one, actually.
You can see that this is the one I'm putting the biggest scoop of ice cream out for.
I think it's going to be the most flavor, though, too.
Yeah, probably.
Now, when you hear chocolate, you're gonna think of some sweetness, like it has some chocolate in
Sure.
it, but then I think it's got some like actual chocolate dark colored peppers.
Okay.
Which gives it a texture.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, let's get you on this bad boy.
We got fans.
Ooh, it's okay. So that one's running.
Very right.
Okay.
Might be careful.
Yep. Let me get a smell on this one too. Oh, this one smells violent. You woke up and chose violence today, huh? Little chocolate cherry hell there for you. Hellfire, huh?
That name alone is just scare you.
It really is, dude. I'm like, give me that spicy gravy. Oh, yeah. You know, it looks kind of chocolatey, too. That's great. Good luck, Chris. We love you.
Thank you.
I've sent your obit to the family just in case. All right, gentlemen. Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers. If I can get it.
Instant.
Heat.
Oh, yeah.
Woo, that is hot. Oh, but it's also still really good where I'm like, oh, I'll get the rest that dripped off.
Before I even tasted it, you could like feel the heat.
Yeah. But it's still a great level of heat. That's still a good combination.
I'm not like in trouble, but it's got some heat.
Yeah. And I would never consider myself like a spice aficionado, but I feel like the more we collab on the show, dude, the
the
better
more
I'm
you
going to get at
learn.
this. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's great.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed this experience.
So
What
I feel
would
like
somebody
next time,
generally put that on besides ice cream?
That or this stuff? Any
Yeah.
of it? I mean, I mix it with my yogurt as well.
Do you really?
you're a spicy boy, though.
Oh yeah, I am. Like I said, I like taking my taste buds on an adventure. That's how
Yeah.
we learn.
It's
There
really
you go.
true. It's really, I'm surprised how much I enjoyed that. Like, you know, it's
different.
always, I come in kind of pretty open-minded, but then I'm like, oh, Reapers, huh? Okay.
It's good.
Like if you get a regular Reaper hot sauce, it'd probably be nothing like what we just had.
Sure.
Or light you up or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, though. And you know, the ice cream obviously offsets it a little bit, too. So you got that cool.
Like counterbalances.
I was still blown away last time when we were doing with the orange juice, where it was just like, I'd sip that orange juice and I was like,
Cooled
oh,
you
it's over.
off, right?
Yeah, instantly. It's like weird. Crazy. What do you got coming up? Any fun sauces coming in or anything like that? Any things you hope to do?
Let's see. We've got a few new lines coming in. We got a stanky sauce. It's coming in. They're from Florida.
Cool.
We've also got, oh my gosh, Pup and the Pepper, which is another line from Indiana. They're a new one. They're coming in as well. I'm doing the deviled eggs roulette today on my channel. We're filming
Cool.
that.
Nice.
That looked, I saw the pictures. I was like, oh, I'm glad I don't want to be
This
on
one I had
that.
to sit out, but they're going to be in for a treat.
I'm sure it looked intense, man. Well, of course, wish you the best as always. If you ever have any stuff that you want to plug, you're always welcome over here.
Thank you for hospitality.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude, this is great.
No,
And Chris,
appreciate it. That was great.
You did
I
great
had
too.
a great
Thanks for the
time.
ice cream. Yeah, that was fun.
Glad you
My
enjoyed it,
pleasure.
Chris. Thank
Yeah,
you,
what a
thank
good
you.
day. All right,
And
gentlemen.
thank you for the brownie.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
delicious.
We got to get those in
Yeah,
here
seriously.
somehow.
Yeah, that was really good. I'm kind of surprised that's not. Is that on the list? Maybe.
It was due on the list, but I don't have a fridge. In
Oh, they
my
need to be
section.
refrigerated.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the whole thing.
Oh, so there's a potential collab in the future.
Yeah.
And while I've got you here, is this a chance for me to beg you somehow to bring Weekend of Fire back? I hear people ask me about it all of the time.
Hey, I'm working on it. I am definitely working on it.
I love that. Sounds like
we're
goodness.
getting it.
I'm hoping we get back to full festival
Yes,
activity here in the
I am
future.
ready
so.
for it. The
We're
people are
close.
overdue, and they have been waiting.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Mike, thanks so much for coming over, dude. Really
Thanks, Mike.
appreciate it, dude.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Of course. You can cut through. Look at this guy. Hello, Ferdinand. And thank you so much to Hot Sauce Mike and Chris V for coming down. Mike, I love it when you come visit. I thank you for expanding my spice vocabulary, as it were. And it was really fun to try all that stuff. And like I said earlier, I want to get involved with the audience. So if you have, and I don't think I finished this well, but if you have an unorthodox food pairing, I want you to send me an email at podcast@junglegyms.com, because here's my plan. I want you to maybe be on the show if you want, and we could try your unorthodox food pairing. It's going to be great. So, with that said, I'm hanging out over here in the middle of the summer of rosé, because coming up next, I've got Sommelier Michael B coming on to talk about all these fun wine events. We've got some sake events. We're going international, baby. We've got all kinds of fun stuff. Maybe we even talked about Formula One racing. We did. I'm learning about it, and I love when people share their interest with me. So on that, let's go back to the studio with Michael, huh? What's going on, Michael? I see we've already got a little drink action in front of us. What are we trying today?
I mean, it's one of the benefits of being in the wine department at Jungle Gyms, all the wine in the world. And this is one of my favorite rosés. It's from an estate in Paso Robles, south of Napa in California, and it's called Dow. And this is probably our prettiest bottle, and also, fortunately, one of our most tasty. Nice and crisp, dry rosé.
Okay.
They're using traditional French grapes, Grenache and Syrah. So it got a little bit of just a touch of white pepper, nice fruit,
Okay.
but great acidity. I mean, the whole point of rosé is that it's versatile. It goes with green salads, mild cheeses on its own, and it gives you like a little bit of a mouth-watering effect because of the acidity.
Ooh, I got to try a little sip.
Yeah.
Beautifully described, too.
Thank you.
Yeah. I got that little tiny white pepper note, too.
Exactly
That's
right.
Very interesting. I was not expecting that. That's cool.
But
Do
that's
I like
like-
rosé?
Yeah, it's traditional Southern French style rosé, but made in Southern California. Well, Central California. We'll call it Central California.
In California.
Yeah, in California, really.
That's super cool. Is this something that we're going to be tasting? I know we were talking about events and stuff coming up. Is this something that you're going to be tasting? I saw we have the Summer of Rosé display back there.
Right.
So
we do that every year. It's a wall of rosé from all over the world.
Okay.
Put that up in like late April, early May.
Okay.
And run through the summer. And it's about 60 rosés, about 20 from Europe and mostly Italy and France, but 1 or 2 from Spain. Some from South America, some from California, and some from Oregon.
Cool. All over.
That's the good thing about rosé. You can use almost any grape for it.
Oh, we've got somebody here taking a look. You want to see? Here, Michael, hold the bottle to her. I'm going Flip a switch. You can all hear us right now, right? Great.
Hey, ladies.
We're trying. It's
Go
the
buy
summer
some
of
wine.
rosé. This is our house wine expert. So if he suggests buying wine, I say definitely buy some wine. That is the best part of the gig, right? Ooh, that's refreshing.
Yeah, we always try to have. This one is in the Napa Technology machine, the wine machine where you get
Oh,
the wine
cool.
key card.
Yeah.
So you
That's
can
the
buy it
coolest
by
thing.
the ounce, you can buy it by the bottle, anything in between.
You know, I'm glad that you just brought that up because I forgot. We've been doing a lot of TikToks lately, and I get tagged in other fun stores or fun products. They're like, "Oh, I can't believe Jungle Gyms doesn't have one of those." And I was like, "We actually have multiple of those. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. I think we may have been first on the block with that."
What you should do is come over. It'd be a great TikTok.
Yeah.
Have somebody come in. They get the wine key card. They walk up. They put it in the machine. They're thinking. They're looking at it, and they have their glass right here, and they push the button, and it puts wine all over the front. Because that happens a lot. We try to tell people it's going to happen as soon as you decide. Have your glass where you want it to be before
Right.
you hit the button. No, the very first person ever who used it put wine on her shoes.
Oh, that's awful, but
That's
also
okay.
awful
We
funny.
made it up to her.
Yeah, I'm sure. How long? When we've had one of those, I feel like for years and years at this point now, right?
Yeah, it's been over 2 years.
It's crazy. And do people use that a lot?
Pardon?
Do people use that a lot? Sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, people use that all the time because we have a little bit of sweet wines and stuff at the tasting bar where we have all the beers.
Sure.
But we don't have like a large number of high-end wines because, how many are you going to sell? You don't know. But when you put them in the machine, they'll last for, 2 months. Now, the bottles they empty long before that. We change every bottle. Like over the course of 2 weeks, we would change every bottle in there at least once, some
Sure.
of them twice. But it's just a good way to try wine. I mean, the wines there range from $1.20 an ounce to $9 an ounce. I mean, there's
Wow, okay. Yeah,
there's
so-
a real price range.
Yeah, no, it's kind of cool though. Is there something? I'm sorry that now I'm derailing this to talk
No.
about. I'm like, oh, we're talking about events, but tell me about this machine.
This is an event.
But it really is. Is there some sort of storage process that makes it so that they last
Yeah,
longer? There?
it actually works on medical grade argon. It's got compressed argon.
That was not the answer I expected to get out of this.
And oxygen is the corrosive element when it comes to wine. No oxygen ever hits the wine until it dispenses out of the machine. So it's like completely neutral state in the bottle with compressed argon displacing, the wine, so there's never any oxygen in there.
It's amazing. Sometimes you just got to get involved with the noble gases, I suppose.
I'll see thee, sir.
right.
Exactly. Noble gas.
Now that I have derailed this entirely, you were mentioning we do have some events coming up. So we've got,
We do,
run
we
us down
do.
the lineup.
We've got our regular Wednesday night situation, which is to back that glass up. And I know this isn't going up today or everything, but starting on...
We can tell them what they missed.
Yeah, on July 6th, we've got Camus Family. On July 13th, we've got a Judgment at Jungle thing. I did a recreation of the 1976 Judgment at Paris a couple of months ago, which was French wine and American wine, Chardonnay and Cabernet. And this time we're going to do Italian wines and American wine, just do a little compare and contrast.
Oh, cool.
A lot of the times people think, Italy is just Sangiovese and Orello Muscalese and Nerdavola and all the traditional Italian grapes. But there are some grapes that are grown in both places. Plus, Italy has become really just as successful as France at growing Cabernet and Merlot and Cabernet Franc and all the traditional French grapes. So we're going to do Poggio alla Gazza, which is an Antinori white wine, and we're going to compare that to an American Sauvignon Blanc, and we'll do Savaro and compare it to an American Chardonnay, and then we'll do probably a Primitivo from Puglia in southern Italy and compare that to Zinfandel from Lodi. There's a lot of ways you can go. And we'll do probably 4 American wines, 2 white, 2 red, 4 Italian wines, 2 white, 2 red. And it'll start at 5 o'clock and go till 8 o'clock. And you can just join in anytime. You don't have to show up at the very beginning.
Oh, cool.
You can come at any point, and you can we'll have a sheet printed up, and you can just get a little description of them, and just decide which ones you want to try.
Oh, that sounds like a ton of fun. I'm actually kind of regretting now that I've heard this. I'm like, I can't believe I didn't come to the Paris one.
Yeah, well, you should have, but you're learning.
This is all about just telling me what we missed. And what was the date on that again? I'm so sorry.
July 13th.
Okay, cool. So
And then
coming up.
3 days later, on July 16th, we have our July Fine Wine Walkabout in the wine department at Fairfield. And it'll be about 30 wines, anywhere from $20 to $80 a bottle, unlimited samples from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock for a price of $20 for a bracelet.
I do enjoy the walkabouts. That's always fun.
They're really the best deal in town. I mean, just one table would be worth $20 for
Right.
tasting. And you get a lot of really fun people, and we have regulars, and we have people who've never heard of it, and people who drive 500 miles to get to Jungle Gems because who wouldn't?
Right. I mean, it's a great time. It's funny you mentioned that too, because I've gone, I think, like 3 times now since I've been here, and I love that I've run into a couple of the same people each time, and it's like a cute little thing. As silly as that sounds, but it is kind of nice to go where everyone knows your name.
Well, cheers.
Yeah.
So here's the other fun
This
thing.
is delicious, by the way.
Oh, I knew you would think so.
And I knew that you would pick something awesome, but
So the other thing that I didn't mention, the next week after that, on the 23rd, we're bringing back the sake tumi, the Japanese sake tasting.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, we had over 100 people show up for the first one, and who knows? I hope we get over 100 people again, but it's fabulous because once again, I think we're only $10 for a bracelet.
That one. So you mentioned the other one, the deal of the century. I don't know. I kind of feel like I got out of line for $10. It was great though. I mean, I tried a lot of things. I had in particular. I've actually been meaning to come ask you about this because I got a yuzu sake.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've seen it again since I bought that bottle a few months ago.
So we've been having a little bit of trouble getting some of the sakes in
I
from
figured.
Japan, obviously, but I think we have 2 on the shelf right now.
Oh, that is amazing news. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was really refreshing, and I've been on a yuzu kick.
citrusy.
Yeah, exactly. I've been on a yuzu kick lately too, so that's fun. Oh wow, I'm really glad that's coming back. That was such a cool to me that obviously like the international wines and the sake and things of that nature to me are so intrinsically Jungle Gems. I love that we're doing this stuff again. I keep hoping that one day it can balloon into a festival style thing, where maybe we get some international food pairings and that kind of fun stuff.
That does sound like fun, but I will tell you, we just did the Jungle Gems Beer Fest.
Yeah.
And that went over without a hitch. It was beautiful. We had over 1,000 people show up.
It was really, really nice.
So now we're hoping, and it's not on the calendar yet, but
We'll put it out. Let's make it happen.
the International Wine Festival in second weekend of November.
Oh.
We haven't had it for the last 2 years.
Okay,
because
so
of,
maybe it's going to come out.
COVID, but hey, I think we should be looking at the calendar for that to pop up soon.
That would be really cool. Oh, and now that you've said it, I'm like, oh yeah, I did remember we did that, but I've never been.
You've never been, right?
Yeah, I've only been to one Jungle Gyms festival. It was before I worked here. Well, now I've been to 2 because I went to Beer Fest, which was great. Yeah, the layout was awesome. It was really fun to try. As a matter of fact, I think the people should be watching this either immediately before or after the clip from Beer Fest. I love that we do this stuff,
Yeah, it's fun.
And this is going to sound silly. Jimmy the other day was like, you always have a bit of a human interest angle, but realistically, I really do love that it is an educational experience. Ultimately, right? Like, yeah, I mean, it's fun to drink wine and, the benefits of drinking anything with a little alcohol in it. But at the same time, I feel like every time you and I sit down, or me and Ferd, if it's beer, I'm learning something totally new about my palate, about the manufacturing process. I mean, you've said at least 10 words today that I've never heard in my life before describing different grape types. I think that's so cool. And I know that we're imparting that knowledge on the customer.
We want it to be something. I couldn't tell you how many times somebody comes into the beer and wine department, and after a 15-second conversation, that's all it takes. They're like, I learned something today.
Yeah.
And that's what we want.
Yeah,
If
ask
they
the right
learn something and
questions.
they feel like, you're interested in really paying attention to what they have to say and hearing them instead of just saying, oh, you want red wine? We got this on sale.
Right.
That's not Jungle Gym.
Yeah.
Even though we do have that on sale.
Right. It's like you are welcome to shop through the closeouts, but yeah, we hire experts. I was trying to describe this to somebody the other day where I was like, imagine they've just hired people who are like crazy in love with the thing they know about, right? And then they've put us on the floor to go, hey, this is the thing I love. Let me tell you about it. It's such a cool
Well, people
thing.
can tell if you have passion about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you don't, they can tell instantly, and
Right.
they'll lose interest, and they'll go find someplace where
Yeah.
they can get what they need.
Goes to the path of least resistance in that regard, right? Very interesting.
How's your
Thank you.
Formula One following? We talked about that a couple of times ago.
I watched like the first race of the season, and then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that was still a thing. My weekends have been really, really backed up. I've been doing a lot of just like, I'm always trying to find little side projects and acting gigs and things of that nature. And since I'm here midweek all the time, I'm usually like, okay, I'm going to take all of the fun projects and put that to the weekend. So I forget to do things like enjoy my life in a normal way. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, right, exactly. So yeah, what's been going on lately? I know our boy Max is still
Well,
doing great.
Max is gone on a roll for Red Bull. He's in first place in the championship, and his teammate Sergio Perez is now in second, and Charles Leclerc from Ferrari is dropped about 50 points back in third.
Okay.
And it's mostly there's nothing wrong with Leclerc. His car keeps breaking.
Right.
That traditional Ferrari reliability, and Red Bull had a little bit of that issue at the beginning of the year, but once they solved that, Ferrari contributed to the winning streak a little bit by dropping out. But the cars are pretty much equal. So if you got Max Verstappen driving for you, you're in a good position. I think it'll be his second championship by the end of the year.
Really?
Yeah,
He's gonna be that
Max
guy.
is my kind of guy because he doesn't have any. You talk about passion. He doesn't love to win. He hates to lose.
Oh,
You
okay.
know?
I like that.
Everybody likes to win.
Sure.
But you really have to hate to lose, and that's Max. He's like, do you like tennis?
I'm not. I would say no, just
Yeah.
for the
Well,
sake
he's
of
like
brevity.
You've heard of Rafa Nadal?
No.
Okay, so Rafa Nadal is 36 years old. He's from Spain. And ever since he was 19 years old, he's been one of the top 3 tennis players in the world.
Wow.
He holds the record for the most men's single Grand Slam championships. And, he's had foot issues, arm injuries, all kinds of stuff. And yet here he is. He won the first 2 Grand Slams of the year, Australia and France. He's playing in Wimbledon right now.
Wow.
And, he has the body of a 20-year-old and the brain of a 36-year-old and the foot of a 100-year-old. So,
Amazing.
yeah, he's doing great. He's just won his first round match at Wimbledon against somebody half his age. And he's just,
I always love that.
he's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the quintessential good sportsman. Everybody loves him. He never mocks anybody. He never throws his racket. He never complains.
Yeah.
He has some things he does that might be a little annoying. He's a little bit of a slow player. He has like a routine he goes through before every point.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
But people talk about Roger Federer like Roger Federer is the most sportsman-like player ever. Roger's just Swiss, He's polite.
It's built into the culture.
Yeah,
We could use a little of that.
but not too much.
Yeah. I always love when you see an older competitor beat somebody half their age. And I love the extreme sports, right? And I was watching the X Games. I think it was 2021 or maybe it was 2020. But one of my favorite things I watched, and the whole time I was like, how is this not actually a Will Ferrell movie? But they had like the youngest X Games competitor ever. I think the kid was like 13 or 14 years old, okay, skateboarding. And then they had one of these guys from like the Tony Hawk era. His name is Bucky Lasek, and I think he's 50. So it was that much of an age gap, and I'm pretty sure I don't remember how it went down. I feel like in my head Bucky won, but the point was that the two of them placed in the top 2, and it was very funny to me to be like, oh, this guy who, by the way, with skateboarding, I'm very impressed in the post 40s that you're still doing this.
Oh.
It was like a half pipe thing too. I was like, that looks terrifying. That's looked terrifying to me since I was a teenager. So I imagine it's very bad on your knees at this point. But I'll always love that. And Will Ferrell, if you're out there, you should turn that into a movie where I can just see you screaming at a 14-year-old with a skateboard. So.
And you should dress as Ron Burgundy.
The whole time. I'm in. I'm writing the script.
Yeah.
That's good. Do we have any races coming up?
There's a race this weekend. Great Britain.
Ooh.
Yeah, they just had a little bit of kerfuffle. Lewis Hamilton, who holds the all-time record for wins, poles, and championships, had a little bit of a issue. One of the former champions from South America, Nelson Piquet, used an inappropriate term describing him on a podcast. Very inappropriate. Lewis is the only black driver in Formula One.
I was afraid that that's where this was going.
Yeah, I'm afraid it did go there, but Lewis took the high road. Said, there's no room for that anymore. I hope his archaic attitudes change. Good luck to him.
Yeah, nice, class
Then he
act.
shot
I
him.
love it. Yeah. That's so awful. Sometimes the world really kind of frustrates me. I'm just like, are we really this far along? Oh my gosh. It's just a game, but not really. Something I wanted to ask you, I wanted to go back to wine real fast. I remembered.
Good idea.
But before you asked me the question, I'm glad you did, because I was like, I'm having the COVID brain fog moment again. But I wanted to ask, when you all do these comparison tastings, this is someone, I think someone will appreciate this question being asked, but are there palate cleansers in between each wine? Like, so when you're comparing like an Italian wine versus an American wine, like,
Okay,
do
so
you like rub sandpaper on your tongue or something?
okay, so in a situation like that, you don't want to have sausage or cheese or anything. Maybe a cracker, a little bread, and water.
Okay.
You want to be neutral because,
Right.
To be honest with you, certain cheeses make wines taste better, and they make other wines taste less agreeable.
Oh,
it depends on the
interesting.
tannin level in the wine, the
Okay.
acidity, the sweetness of the fruit, the alkalinity of everything. Your sensors on your tongue can like really fool you or be put into a bad position for the next wine. So you try to keep it as neutral as possible. You just want to get rid of if there's something really strong from a prior one, you would get rid of that. But you don't want to. You don't want to put anything too intense a flavor profile in between.
I was hoping that would be like, I figured like a cracker or something like that, enough to just drown it out, to be like, okay, does it really taste different now?
Maybe some Kool-Aid.
Cool,
wait,
of
no.
course. Yeah, well, a little bit of cool. It's, I got to be like Bert Kreischer on his podcast and drink 128 ounces of Kool-Aid to start the day. I'll
Really?
send you this clip. It's if I'm ever having a bad day, it's this podcast. It's two comedians, Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, and Tom finds out that Bert drinks this much Kool-Aid, and it's just two grown men in like a fit of hysterics for about 6 minutes, where he's just like, I can't believe you drink. He's like, you're in your 40s, you're drinking this much Kool-Aid every day.
Yeah, that's
It's
4
amazing.
cups of sugar.
Can you even imagine?
Yeah, I know.
And the whole time I'm watching, I'm just like, my kidneys are in pain, But it is my go-to if I need a little booster in the day. Happy video. I just type in, Bert Kreischer Kool-Aid, and boom, there it is.
Does it come with a metformin, a diabetes pill?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
He's
just
got-
100 milligrams of metformin today.
He's got the jug with him. I'm pretty sure in the video too, because it's like one of those giant thermal water tanks. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd just give himself a Kool-Aid hat.
See, that would have been smart. It's
would
like a
be.
whole, or maybe get one of the actual Kool-Aid jar
Uh-huh.
costumes. See, we're really thinking things up.
Yeah.
We need it for. Oh, sure, thank you. The best part of the day, the refill. Appreciate it. And now I can have that clip for the thumbnail of me. So everybody watching the video now is gonna be like, "Oh, is that why he's doing that for so long?" I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get a good screenshot. Oh. What would you pair with this?
This would be good with like a mild cheese, nothing with a lot of age on it. If you're having people always say, I can't find anything that goes with green salad. This goes with green
I
salad.
could see that too, being like kind of a bright, almost like it feels like a spring, summer,
Yeah.
like fruity
That
salad. would be
chlorophyll
good.
thing isn't gonna clash. A lot of the times, even with a Pinot Noir, there's a little bit of tannin in it.
Yeah.
And just tannin and the chlorophyll and whatever salad dressing you put on.
Sure.
It just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
This is nice. This would actually be best if we were sitting next to the pool or on the boat.
Yeah. Oh, I could be into
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We should go out next time we do this. We'll go out to the pool out front.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, I don't know. That water looks clear. I guess it's okay.
So I found out, I actually did get in it recently, and
Uh-huh.
I found out it is an actually, it's like they take care of it like an actual pool. Like it is intended to be as such. So maybe don't go in the next day after a rainstorm, but usually with a little good notice. I am going to do a bit out there at some point soon. So
Well, rainstorms are bad for pool water. They lower the alkalinity.
Oh, really?
The pH.
Yeah.
And with the pH gets low, then the chlorine doesn't work anymore.
Oh, so I wonder how they combat that too, because I know there's like
it's pH plus. You know what it is? Baking soda. You put a little
Really?
baking soda in,
Just
raises
offsets
the pH level, and then the chlorine works.
wild. I had no idea. That's so cool.
See?
What else do you know?
Well, let's see. By the way, for the science people out there, if you decide to leave this in,
Yeah,
the James Webb Space Telescope goes active today.
Oh, today, as in the day that we're taping?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
by the time this airs, it'll have been active for a week.
Absolutely, and
Oh, maybe I can get some pictures already.
they got a few pictures already, but I mean, some of the scientists who are working on it are so excited. They think they're going to find proof of alien life almost instantly because this thing is so much more powerful and so much more precise than even the Hubble telescope. You can
Wow.
see through dust because it's an infrared telescope,
Okay.
not a mirror telescope.
Yeah.
But they can convert that infrared into, pictures that we can see, obviously, otherwise it would be fairly useless.
Oh my gosh, that's
But
gonna be
they're
amazing.
going to be able to see, 13 billion years back into, the past and see what actually happened at the beginning
Right.
of time.
So wild to think about. We need a Jungle Gyms observatory here. I'll spearhead that project.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
I have a huge Dobsonian reflector right now, so I'm like, I could invest a little more time into this hobby. I love it. I've always been an amateur astronomer, and I'd like to upgrade to intermediate, but I haven't really. It's funny though saying that because I haven't really followed the Webb telescope too much. I've been kind of just waiting for the pictures to show up.
It's really interesting. There's a trillion things that could have gone wrong, and so far everything's working better than they projected.
That's amazing.
So
Oh.
I can't wait myself. I'm excited.
I love that stuff. It's just, I really wish the public was still super excited by the space program. Maybe we still are. Maybe we just don't hear about it enough.
I think the numbers are just completely confounding. I mean, you're talking, billions for this, and going to Mars would cost $1 trillion.
Yeah, like, what does that even mean?
We just spent $5 trillion on causing inflation. So
Right, exactly.
I'm pretty sure we can handle it.
We can go to Mars. The money's not real. Just go. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
It's like we're
Just
yeah.
ask the Fed to print another $1 trillion.
Yeah,
There we
it's
go.
fine. Yeah, exactly. I'll cut and paste that. We'll take this wine to Mars. What wine would you pair with the Martian desert?
Oh,
You know?
oh my God, yeah.
Heavy
Something-
sulfur smells.
Something with a lot of sugar because you're going to be dead very shortly.
Oh, well, that's where we should end the show then. My untimely demise in space. Well, I'm excited about these upcoming events, Michael. I think we've got some good stuff going on.
Yep, just to recap.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday night, we have a Back That Glass Up from 5 to 8. And tonight is Over 90 Under 30, which no one will know about on this podcast. Next week is Camus, which maybe people will know about.
Okay.
And the week after that is the Italy versus America, blah, 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 which will be hilarious, fun, and delicious.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm excited for that one.
And don't forget the Walkabout and
That was the
Sakitumi.
16th, right?
Yeah, that's the 16th and the 23rd. Walkabout, 16th, Sakitumi, 23rd.
I'm so excited about the sake is going to be fun. Cool. Thanks,
All right.
Michael. I really
Oh,
appreciate you
my
coming by.
pleasure.
Yeah. We really do have to meet up and watch one of the Formula One
I'm
races
telling you,
together.
you watch it with somebody who knows what's going on, it takes a whole new element.
That's what I need, I think. Because, I enjoyed it. But I definitely felt like, okay, am I...
Why are these guys
am I
going around
missing?
in circles? It's
Right.
not a circle.
Right, exactly. It's a circuit. Michael B., thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate it. I always get to learn something fun. And in this case, I found out that I loved rosé, it turns out. Great news for me. And welcome now to the Jungle Gyms podcast After Dark. We'll be sitting here in the studio today in the dark. Hey, I want to make sure I plug this in for all of you. I want to collaborate with you as the audience. Look, a lot of you reach out to me on TikTok. A lot of you reach out to me in email. And you're like, how do I get on the show? Well, it's really simple. I try to tell you in most episodes. And in this case, what I'm hoping for, like I said earlier in the show, I want to collaborate with people who have some unorthodox food pairings. And I don't want you just to send me like, oh, what if you put Oreos and tuna fish together? No, I want you to tell me that thing that you're afraid to tell your friends is good, or you might have told your friends was good, and they were kind of like, I don't know about that. We've gotten some fun ones recently I'm really excited to share, but I would love to hear from all of you. So you can send me these unorthodox food pairings at podcast@junglegyms.com. You can call and leave a voicemail if you want on the podcast hotline at area code 513-674 888-266-6855. We'll do the whole thing. Look, it'll be fun. And then guess what? If you have something that really blows my mind, I'm going to invite you to try it on the show with me. And you'll have an opportunity to tell everyone that you're not crazy. And we'll see what I think about the pairing. It should be a ton of fun. So get ready for that. On some upcoming episodes, we got some fun stuff. I'm doing a whole travel-focused episode soon. So, Jungle Gyms, it's a bit of a destination. And I want to talk to you about some of the fun stuff that's in the area that you can do when you come here to visit us. Because, if you look up Fairfield, Ohio, you might not see a whole lot about it. But I'm going to tell you I'm going to uncover some hidden gems, okay? And then you can mine them in the middle of the store. It'll be great. I don't know if that's allowed or not. Someone will tell me if so before the episode airs. And then we've got, like I told you, I keep promising it, but this is where my perfectionism keeps coming in. We'll get the Beer Fest footage out soon. I just want it to look awesome. I want it to sound awesome. It's going to be great, and we're really close to it. It almost made this week's episode. I did that annoying creator thing where I was like, no, cut it at the last minute. We'll just put something else in here. It'll be fine. And you know what? I still think it was a great episode. So on that, leave those reviews. Send me some of your unorthodox food pairings. How many times can I say unorthodox food pairings in one episode? If you get the right answer, I'll probably give you like a $2 gift card. Okay, great. On that, thank you so much for watching. And in the meantime, I'll see you out there in the aisles, but after dark.
The Jungle Gyms podcast is recorded in the WJJI studio inside Jungle Gyms International Market in Fairfield, Ohio. The Jungle Gyms podcast is produced and hosted by Mark Borison.